Intuit. Most people know Intuit through QuickBooks Online, maybe even TurboTax. But a lot of our clients have been asking us, hey, should we use QuickBooks Online for our payroll? I see that there's a tab here. In this video, we're going to discuss the payroll options that you have with QuickBooks, and we're going to equip you with some of the questions we would ask if we were going through the buying process with one of our clients. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. Okay. All right. So if you're online and you're looking at Intuit and QuickBooks here, you're going to see, of course, they've got all the see it all, do it all. It's really true. They do have a lot of products here. So you see they have accounting, advanced accounting, virtual bookkeeping, payroll. This is where we're going to spend some time today. Okay. All right. So you can choose to speak to their sales team, or you can just go straight into seeing the plans and pricing. And we'll go into that in a second. Features that fit your business. You see here they have tax penalty protection, expert setup, time tracking, 24/7 expert support, auto taxes. And these things here are typical of any payroll company. So I'm not saying anything like overly special. However, that could be nice for some people who are looking to consolidate all of their finance stuff into one package. It actually looks pretty slick, and it is directly integrated into QuickBooks. We've seen that on our side because we use QuickBooks in our company. When we do this and we go to more features, there's auto payroll, there's same day direct deposit. Even the way that they're talking about some of these very basic things lets me know this is a basic, simple payroll platform for somebody who might be self-employed or possibly have a few employees. But the product does have things that you can add, right? So let's go ahead and look at the different overview of what they have with their plans. Okay, so like most payroll companies that we review, you're going to see 3 different packages. You're going to see different features and benefits there. One thing I will caveat is when you're looking at the pricing, these prices, a lot of times they'll have promotions. You got to read the fine print. It's, 50% off for 3 months. You're going to probably use the payroll for a lot more than 3 months. So when we're at least doing our evaluation, we want to go ahead, take that, try it free for 30 days. I take that part off so I can look at what's the long-term cost going to be. And is it worth it? I mean, $75 per month is the base price. That's what this means. And then plus $6 per employee per month. You see the same thing here with the payroll and core essentials, $105 per month plus $6. So if you have one employee, it's $81. One employee, it's, $111. And then over here in the premium, it's $170 a month plus $8 per employee per month. Now, one of the things you want to know before you go into the sales call is how often do you plan on paying your employees? Is this a monthly fee? And if I'm benchmarking, say, against a Paychex, Gusto, some of these other competitors, are they charging me a monthly fee or is it a per payroll run? I'll say that again. Is it a monthly fee or is it per payroll? I run it. Is that the pricing? If the pricing is per month, then now it's apples to apples. If it's per pay period, then you're going to want to look at how many pay periods do I have? If my pay periods are weekly, then it's 52 pay periods. So you're going to have to take whatever price they give you per pay run, multiply it by 52, divide it by 12 months, and that will give you the true month-to-month cost. That's something that I find a lot of people when they're looking at some of these pricing models, they do get confused on. So let's look at some of the different features. All right. If you do use QuickBooks, I will say it's pretty simple to get set up. You push add payroll, or you can add it when you're in the account, and it will take you right to a screen very similar to this. Although, let's see. Yeah, it's a very similar pricing to this. So if you look at full service payroll, that means that they pretty much do all the basic payroll features you would imagine. Payroll, they do your payroll taxes, they fill out the forms, all that. Let's see what other information they give you here. So these are showing you the different products, and this is all take care of your book. So this has nothing to do with the payroll down here. You want to go ahead and just kind of discount that right now, because what they're talking about is, hey, if you want to go ahead and do your books and you want to use our payroll product, it's all integrated. But right now we're going to focus on the payroll piece. So take care of your team. What does that mean? There's an employee portal that comes with it, standard. Employee benefits for your team. You can actually offer medical, dental, vision, and insurance through Simply Insured with them. So that means that you can get your benefits online through them. You can manage it directly in their portal. I haven't had any of our clients that use Intuit Payroll actually have us install anything into their Intuit Payroll. So I'm not sure if you can really work with an outside broker or not and still use Intuit Payroll. That's just not something we've come across. So if it is important for you to work with your broker, then you'll want to see if that's truly a benefit for you or not. Next day direct deposit, all that stuff, same day direct deposit, that can be important. It depends on whether or not, you really feel like your team needs that. It also depends on your pay periods, meaning like next day direct deposit, you might go ahead and say, hey, we're running payroll today. It's Wednesday and we need it in everybody's checking account tomorrow. Or we might want to run payroll on the 15th and we end our pay period on the 15th and we need same day direct deposit. So again, that just kind of depends on what your company's needs are, and the different packages have that. Okay. So let's go into see all the plans. Okay, so look, if you take out the equation of having your accounting with QuickBooks and doing the payroll, here's your new pricing. It's $45 a month, $80 a month, $125. Again, we're going to go back to the pay period piece with these monthly charges. How is it working? Are we doing $45 a month? And if we're benchmarking it to someone else, what's the monthly fee? If it's per pay run, which these are monthly costs, if it's per pay run with the company you're comparing it to, a competitor, you'll want to take the amount of pay runs, say if it's biweekly times 26, then divide it by 12 months. If it's as simple as a semi-monthly or monthly payroll, a semi-monthly payroll is twice. An example might be the 1st and 15th. It's 24 pay periods. That means you want to double up whatever number per pay period, you'll get your monthly benchmark. So that's a helpful tip for you guys that are comparing. $45 a month plus $6 an employee. I mean, look, that's not bad. However, I would say you can probably get like Paychex, ADP, Gusto. You can get some of these other more traditional payroll companies to do it for about the same amount. If you really needed to squeeze it with the reps, I'm sure they can make it work. It just depends on your preferences there. But it does look like they do full service payroll, meaning that they do it all. Let's see. I got the taxes here. They'll calculate. Okay, every payroll company does that. Garnishments. Some companies will charge additional for you to do garnishments. Like if you have child support and one of your employees has a court order garnishment, you as the employer are required to put that in there and subtract it either post-tax usually. But you have to put that in there. They'll do that for you. You can get reports, all that. And of course, this is if it is where you do your accounting, let's say, then it's kind of cool. You have all of your payroll information already tied into your accounting system. Could be a great benefit. Okay, expert product support. Let's see exactly what that means for them. So payroll support, experts available via phone or chat. Get step-by-step help troubleshooting. Okay, well, let's look at the fine print here. Most of the time, if you have a problem, like maybe chat works, but I would imagine most people who have a problem with payroll, they usually need to pick up the phone and talk to somebody because, hey, I just let somebody go. Do I have to pay the overtime hours, or how do I separate out this? You usually want to talk to someone. So yes, chat is available 24/7. However, US-based phone support Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. PT, and Saturday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Honestly, those are great hours. Normally, what you get in most cases is this might be till 7 p.m. Mountain Time or Eastern Standard Time, leaving a lot of people on the West Coast hanging at the end of the day, or you got to get up early and take care of this stuff. I also like the idea that they have 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. on a Saturday. Now, the quality of these payroll support specialists, I don't exactly know. I haven't dealt with them personally, but I do think these hours are great. Normally, payroll's payroll. It's not super hard for most people to troubleshoot things, but if you're looking for just some simple report support or how to get answers to a question, you need some assistance getting something done very quickly. Maybe you fired somebody on a Saturday and want to get them their last check. You can probably get somebody on the phone and get everything you need done. Okay. All right. Next day direct deposit. Let's see if they have any fine print there. Okay. So submit payroll up to 5 p.m. PT the day before payday. So that's a pretty nice feature. A lot of people may have to collect time. If you're at a restaurant or if it's retail, it might sometimes be a little bit of a scramble, and it's good to know you have a little bit of a cushion. But if that happens consistently, one of my recommendations is have a little bit of time in between your pay periods. An example might be if you pay on the 15th and on the 1st, well, let's say the 1st and the 15th. If you pay on the 1st and the 15th, make your period end date for the 1st the 25th of the month. Make your period end date for the 15th the 10th of the month. What that'll do is give you 5 days, 5 calendar days to be able to calculate time and get all of your payroll reconciled so that you can properly report it, and you won't run into this issue quite as much. Some people also need to know this, that, hey, if you let somebody go, you give them their final check. If they're expecting it direct deposit or you need to hard cash it, then you need to kind of know when the employee should expect to be paid. Okay. So let's read some of this fine print. Payroll process before 5 p.m. the day before shall arrive the next business days, excluding weekends and holidays. So banking days, essentially. All banking days, they'll be able to fulfill this. Requires setup of direct deposit and bank verification. Most people need this anyways. So I think that you'll have this all set up. Maybe subject to eligibility criteria. So this piece here is going to be if you have any issues with your bank, or let's just say you want to ask the salespeople, what is the eligibility criteria? Sometimes if you have a bad relationship with the bank, or you constantly NSF, you have non-sufficient funds, there may be little delays that you have. Let's see. Deposit delays may occur because of third-party delays, risk reviews, or issues beyond Intuit's control. Available for contractors for an additional fee. Okay. So if you're paying independent contractors, that's going to be separate from this fee. It sounds like they'll add it on. But ultimately, you'll be able to pay your people on time. And I think that 1 day direct deposit is more than enough. Many of the payroll companies can do same day. Most of them, I would say, do anywhere between 48, 72 hours. Depends what you need. Again, if it's a constant problem, you should look at switching your payroll cycles, your period end date and your check date. Okay, so let's see. What's the difference here if we move up? So you get same day direct deposit. Well, let's see what the fine print is for that. Submit payroll up to 7 a.m. the morning of payday. No additional charge for same day service. Okay, so unless you're legitimately going to get up at 7 a.m. and do this payroll run and not do it 5 p.m. the day before, not really a benefit, right? Hold on to your cash longer. Look, I don't like the sentiment that has. I really don't. Hold on to your cash longer. Look, that could be something that some companies need to do when you're in the dire straits, but that's not something I think you should lean on. You should always have an effective cash management strategy that doesn't negatively impact your employees and how you pay them, because it is very serious. You have to pay them on time according to your local, state, and federal laws, or possibly with your union contracts. So you don't really want to mess around with that. I don't like the sentiment of that, but neither here nor there. Okay, and this is for premium and elite users. So those top 2 tiers. The first tier, no, you get next day. This one, you get the whole courtesy of getting an extra 14 hours, I guess, to turn it in, which quite frankly, after 5 p.m., you're probably not really thinking about it. Also, what is your cash doing from 5 p.m. till 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, so if you do upgrade, right, you get $80 per month, but what are you getting that is in addition? Well, let's go ahead and learn more here. Go on. Okay, so for the premium product, you can see how it works. It doesn't really show you how it works. It just kind of goes through a payroll process. Like, hey, you started off as one person, and then now you got a few people. So you kind of see there's a small team of 5 here. I mean, generally, that's what I used to think of when I thought of doing payroll with QuickBooks. But they do seem to have a lot of the same features that you would get anywhere else. One other thing to note is HR support. So they will help you out with job descriptions, onboarding. I think they give you access to Mineral HR. We'll see that in a second. They do give an employee portal, which is nice. Expert product support. So if you need to troubleshoot things, again, we kind of already discussed that. You can install your workers' comp. It looks like you can get it through Next. Again, I don't have any of my clients where we've installed this into an admin system or a workers' comp pay-as-you-go system inside into it because they don't manage the benefits that way. However, I won't say that you can't bring your broker in. I don't know. We would have to go through that process with somebody. 401k plans, they use Guideline. Look, if you have a very preferred payroll and 401k provider, a lot of times you can integrate things. I'm not sure if these are open APIs and you can integrate whatever 401k plan you want. Some people are very particular. They want Fidelity or they want Empowered or they might want, Human Interest or they may want, Transamerica, someone like that, right? It's sometimes cumbersome to switch over the 401k plans and have to go through a blackout period and all that. So you will want to see if Guideline is the only option if you want to manage your 401k through this. Benefit of using your payroll and installing the 401k is you not only are able to withhold the funds, but a lot of times with the 360 TPA integration, it'll also electronically fund the 401k for you, thus making it very clean for you as the administrator and fiduciary of the plan. Now let's go to health benefits. When you look at health benefits, they do it through Simply Insured. So, our clients, of course, use us in that scenario. I brought people over from Intuit, but I do know that they likely do a pretty good job like the payroll companies do. You'll probably get somebody who's on the phone. They do these things all the time. It just really depends on how you want to get your benefits. Do you have somebody you work with, you trust, you like, or are you pretty impartial and you just want to get it done? Then this might be an option for you. Okay. See how it works. Again, this is the same video as above. They don't really go into like how it works. They just kind of go through the process. If you want to get a full demo, you'll probably want to go online and book a time with their team. So choosing a plan that's right for you. Again, when you look at these, you want to go ahead and click this off so you can see what it looks like. I believe this is QuickBooks plus Payroll Premium, right? So you're going to have that in there. You'll want to go through and look at all the different things that you can add in there. Again, they're trying to upsell you here, which is not a bad thing. I think it's totally cool that you can do your payroll and your accounting all in one system. Now, another thing for you to know before we move on is when you're looking at QuickBooks, the other thing that they have in their plans and pricing is they do only serve so many states. Many of our clients might have only 15 or 35, maybe even only 75 people or so, but they might be in 40 different states. If they are, the fees that they have right now are about $12 per state. So you want to add that into the cost of your monthly payroll with them. So I think that, instead of just buying it online and going through it yourself, it might be a great idea if it's your first time buying payroll or if you're looking at switching from another payroll provider. Actually, either way, I think it's a great idea to involve the sales team. You just talk to sales. You just click this. I would schedule a call. I wouldn't necessarily book a chat with them because you're going to have questions that you need to have, and they're pretty responsive. So look, if I were to push schedule now and I were to put, our contact info in there, generally you can find somebody the same day and just get everything set up pretty quickly. Overall, my feedback from clients is they like it. It's simple to use. It's pretty simple to use. It's simple to set up. It's an easy solution. It might not be the best solution if you have more of a employee experience or an employee life cycle that you need to manage, But do check out all the different features that they have, because that enhanced or customized payroll package that they have does have a lot of extra features aside from some of the do-it-yourself things. Again, if you are looking at payroll systems and you need some more guidance and help and you want to talk to a third-party neutral person, we're happy to go ahead and do a one-on-one with you and your team. Just go ahead and go to our website and schedule a time with us. We should have some information in the links there. And feel free to book 30 minutes for a benefit strategy session, and just let us know you want to talk about payroll and look at your different options there on how you can pay your people. We're happy to go ahead and give you referrals into our ecosystem. We work with Paychex, ADP, Intuit, QuickBooks. We're pretty agnostic. Whatever works for you, that's the most important piece. And as always, before you go into any of these buying processes, you want to first assess internally what's going to work for us. How do we want to support our payroll? How do we want to pay our team? What are some of the best practices? And then it will make it a lot easier for you to make the choice. So again, if you guys need anything else, go to www.thinkinsurance.com. We're happy to be helpful in any way we can. All right, take care.